It's the Caleb MTG Gathering Show.
So we just did blue-black is the big issue with this Psychic Frog. I don't want to run it back. I think there's a good chance if I take the Tameo, I end up in blue-black as well. And the Grief, yeah, those are all cards for the same deck. You could play Tameo in blue-red or blue-white. I think I'd rather draft something radically different. We did do a channel deck earlier, a delightful channel deck. Pretty sick if you managed a trophy with the Channel Emrakul deck. I'm going to take this right in 6. Pack 1, pick 1, right in 6. Let's go. Oh my god, we could have had Channel Sneak. Caleb, you moron! It's so hard for me to pass a Sneak Attack. It's hard for me to pass a Channel, too. Ugh. If there was a fetch here, I would take it for the red and 6. But there's not. There's some good cards. Like Hex and Scarlet are both good cards. They're good, whatever. Who cares? Give me the Sneak. Sneaker. Little Wheel of Fortune action, maybe? Maybe? Yeah, why not? When's the last time you've cast a Wheel of Fortune? Wheel of Fortune does make it easier to brain freeze somebody else, Ghost Dragon. Memory Jar does something similar, where you're like getting a bunch of cards to fuel your storm count, but then also nuking the opponent's library for 7 cards. This makes it kind of trivial to brain freeze somebody. 1 Oliphant. I like Oliphant and Sneak Attack decks. Sometimes it just shows up for all the damage in the world. And sometimes he's a land. Perfect. When I was a kid, when I was a small child, I was confused why Wheel of Fortune was so much cheaper than Time Twister. Because at the time, Wheel of Fortune was not an expensive card at all. It was like a $40 card or something. And Time Twister was power 9. It was so expensive. Is Wheel of Fortune worth a lot? It's worth a lot now. It's climbed a lot over the years. People play an EDH, I think. Still worth less than Twister. Yeah, now it's like a $300 card, maybe. I think I dig this Lutri. I like the City of Traders for ramping up to Sneak, but Lutri just being a free card can matter, especially in red, right, where there's like pyrokinesis and stuff. So I've been kind of regretting passing that channel, but I think there's a good chance we're not even green based on the packs we've been seeing. Yeah, somebody grab that channel. Fair enough. Yeah, white's felt the most open, especially green-white, but I don't think this is going to be a Naya deck. Cool, we'll be red-black Reanimator, I guess. Does my wife play Magic? She does a little bit. I think she watches more streams than actually plays. Every once in a while, she'll join me for a cube or help me test a deck out. Gonna grab that there, Faithless Looting. Yeah, she watches a lot of Amy the Amazonian, because she's streaming when my wife's working. I think I'm grabbing Library. Kind of a pretty Oath of Druid splash. Let's grab the Library. Okay. Is the D in Caleb D for Donian? I don't know what Donian is. It's for Durwood. My name's Durwood. Amy's great people. She is, yeah. Highly recommend her stream. You want to learn to draft, but you never know what to pick. So if you're learning to draft and you don't know what to pick, a lot of times looking at a fresh pack, so cube, this will matter less. But if you're looking at a normal booster, there's only going to be one rare. There's only going to be 3 uncommons, right? Well, I guess there are packs with multiple rares now. But there's typically only going to be a few of those higher end cards. And one of the reasons those cards are a higher rarity is because they tend to have a higher power level. Not always. Most of the time they have a higher power level. Ooh, love a currency converter, but currently we have no way of reanimating anything, so I guess I'll grab a Emperor Bones. Yeah, so you start with your bomb rare, or assuming if there's like a dud there in the rare slot, you grab a good looking uncommon or whatever, and now you've got a direction. You see how I have my deck like arranged in a sort of curve? I've got my lands over here, and then some early game plays, and I've got like a plan going. Like I'm clearly trying to sneak attack some fatties out and stuff. That's all you're trying to do. So once I'm in black red, I don't have to read every single card in the pack and like hem and haw about like whether I want a noble hierarch or a okay or whatever. I can just look at these like couple of red and black cards. We're like, okay, got one bombardment. Sack a creature to ping. Need a lot of creatures. We're not gonna have a lot of creatures, right? We're gonna have like one big fatty maybe. Caustic Bronco deals you damage when it attacks. Okay, well we've got a lot of that. We can't do that. Pyrogoyf goes in any deck. Bingo, let's go. So it all just like narrows down, and most packs don't actually have. When you do that, when you go through and remove stuff, you don't have to read every card here, and packs shrink down into a very manageable size. I'm just gonna grab this 3-mana Shatter for the sideboard. We're gonna have a lot of ways of bidding things. I'm gonna grab this Oath for a potential splash. How to play Vengevine in this cube? Probably you're doing like survival type stuff. The Stomping Ground here would help with the Oath of Druid splash if I was serious about that. Another line is to grab the Corpse Dance. Cool thing about Corpse Dance is that it can reanimate an Emrakul, which I'm into. Kind of aggressive grab. Usually I'm very low on Corpse Dance. But right now I'm low on ways to reanimate my fatties, so it gets a little better. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Toastface Killa. Toastface says, I hope your summer's going rad. Hell yeah. It's going... So, there's been some trials and tribulations, but overall, the weather's been good, family's good. And, I've got some real dope trips coming up. So I'm in a very good place. One of those happy campers. Another spot I think you could play Vengevine is like in a red-green aggro deck. Red's got a lot of like loot synergies. And sometimes I build towards that with mono red, but you could do it with red-green as well. And that deck could also play survival. Well, if I liked Corpse Dance, I'm going to like Shallow Grave Hum. Our biggest misses right now are Badlands for the Verdant Catacombs and the Oliphant to grab. A Dark Ritual to help, bring us up to speed. Maybe a Reanimate for the Grief. And an Entomb, so we can find the right thing to reanimate. Through the Breach is a card I want. It's very expensive, though. And the power level is much lower than Sneak Attack. It seems like if you want Sneak Attack, you would want Through the Breach. And that's sort of true. It's kind of like Sneak Attack is Mana Drain and Through the Breach is Mana Leak, right? Like one of them is just like a much better card. They do belong in the same deck, yes, but one of them is premium. The fact that you can activate Sneak, put in the Atraxa, and it can find you another thing to reanimate, whereas the Through the Breach is just going to take your whole turn. It's a big difference. And we got this Palantir. Palantir plays pretty well with Emrakul. Is there a world where I want that Hymn to Turok? I don't think so. I don't think my mana is good enough. We'll grab a little burn spell. Oh man, I love that show and tell here. I guess I'll grab Troll. I like these land cyclers in my sneak attack decks, because sometimes you do just pay a red and chip in for 6 damage, and that's good enough. Oh man. So Blackcleave Cliffs is a much better land than Xander's Lounge. However, right now I'm sitting here with an Oliphant, a Troll, a Verdant Catacombs, and none of them have a duel to grab. The Troll and the Oliphant are particularly awkward because you're spending a mana and then it comes into play tapped. It's kind of like you're spending 2 mana on that Xander's Lounge. But I think I'm still going to grab it. Fetching for Shocks is very good, Little Devil. It's just like kind of like if you had another copy of the Shock in your deck. But if the fetch doesn't have a duel to grab, then it's kind of just worse. You would need to have a reason to run it, right? You would need to have cards that are like, if you've got a bunch of cards in your graveyard, it does something, but you don't want to just pay a life for no reason. Yeah, you can get duels. Just look at the type line. You see how it says land, island, swamp, mountain? Verdant Catacombs says get a swamp or forest. So Xander's Lounge says swamp. You can get it. This Blazemire Verge says land, does not say swamp. Can't get it with the Verdant Catacombs. Do I want a Deathclaw or a Damnation? I could see a world where I want to slow things down a little bit. Hello. Stomping Ground for the potential Oath Splash. We'll see, we'll see. You could take this Blood Chief's Thirst. I might grab that Zagoth Triome just in case. Just in case, I guess the latest show and tell of all time. I don't need it. I don't need it. We have plenty of things. Yeah, I think the Oath's going to be a sideboard plan here. Oh, there's the latest show and tell of all time. I mean, I've got 3 different ways to tutor for Xander's Lounge. Maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough blue mana. You would have grabbed that worm? I believe it. Some folks just can't resist the worm. They crave the worm. They yearn for the worm. So that Lutri is going to come out. I'm going to play Thirst over Delayed Blast Fireball. The rest of this looks okay. I can almost see playing an extra land in this deck. I'm going to cut the Damnation. I'm going to play an extra land. Through the Breach is so expensive. We really just always want to hit our lands. Also, when you have lands, like if you want to, having lands is going to increase the chance that we can just sneak out Troll or Oliphant too. That I don't need them for mana to get the sneak down. And then it's going to make, when you draw basics, it's going to make things a little bit less clunky, right? There's less chance that we need to bin an Oliphant or a Troll for a tapped land to fix the mana. We're playing extra land anyway. Maybe that matters less. Maybe it comes up less. No Surveil land to grab. Kind of wishing I'd been the discharge. Kept the grief now. It's hard. It's hard when you don't know the matchup, right? Is this me getting punished for not having a stomping ground? No, they're only playing one thing. Oh shit, what up? Hey, kill shot. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 97 months. No, I've been sternly scolded. Fool of a blood tithe harvester. I don't like it when Gandalf scolds me. Aren't you immortal? I still don't like it. Note that the Wheel of Fortune turns on their shell dock pretty fucking quick. And then the sneak attack resolved! Yay! And everything was good! And nothing bad happened ever. So this is 9 plus 6 is 15. Yeah, we were gonna sneak attack the harvester, but then I guess their land can activate the block. Well, whatever. They thought it was good enough. Opponent seems heavy on the artifacts. We'll play a 3-mana shatter, why not? Why not? Why wouldn't we? Sure could, Dragonite. It's beautiful. Kind of a dog shit hand. Good in matchups where Pyrokinesis is good, but that's not really this matchup. Still playing the Pyrokinesis because it's a little bit better than some of the other trash in my sideboard. That's a little bit more free than usual too with the Lutri there. A show and tell matchup. We just don't have that many blue cards. Yeah, it was painful to do that, losing the Atali, but that is why we kept it in hand. Not doing a good job of hitting land drops over here. I had a t-shirt for this band I was wearing the other day, Stone Jesus. I walking my dog, ran into the neighbor. They were like, "Oh, that's cool shit." I explained the band, and they said they would check them out. I wonder if they did, or if my neighbors are liars. Only one way to find out. Break into their house. Check their title history. I win! If you just ask them, they could just lie to you again, right? The only way to trust people is to rifle through their belongings. Ooh, that's clever. Start a fan club and make them the treasurer. Yeah. That would show how passionate they would be. Black Lotus. Played against a lot of Black Lotuses today. Coveted Jewel. That's just not something I can kill with a Pyrokinesis. One issue with putting the Lucher to hand is if the opponent plays a draw 7, I have to shuffle this stupid Otter into my deck. I'm glad they don't have a Welder. I am also glad they do not have a Welder. Look at them searching frantically. That's how you know you got them on the ropes. I actually have a kind of a schwankety artist proof rating stage with the painted back. Yeah, there's the Echo. Now they're gonna flashback and Lucher will go into my stupid deck. I'll feel stupid. If I'm them and I'm looking to draw 7, though, I almost prefer hard casting the Echo instead of flashing back, because if their next hand's no good, if they just flood out with the second grip, then being able to flash back the Echo could be really important. I've come into that before. So this hand is much worse than my sneak attack Archon hand. Fiddlesticks. I haven't played League of Legends in a hot minute. When's the last time Fiddlesticks was good? Season 4? Season 5? I didn't mind Fiddlesticks on ARAM, because you could basically keep the enemy team perma-silenced, because everyone's all clumped up there in the center. You're just like, crow ya. Most fucking annoying thing to play against. It's just not very good, is it? The issue with tap out, kill Urza, is they can just save it with the Aether Spellbomb if they want to. Was kind of hoping that Overlord was going to find me an Emrakul or something awesome. Didn't really do that. Yeah, if they'd kept the Echo, I mean, they'd be threatening the flashback with Hull Breacher out. They're launching League Classic for the boomers who want to play Season 3 League again. Oh, that is almost worth installing the Riot Games malware on my computer. I don't think it's quite worth it, but almost. Extremely paywalled. I don't even know what that means. What's extremely paywalled? Like, if I could pay $20 to play Season 3 League of Legends, I would probably do it. But I would rather not than install the Riot client, like, that just, like, sits on your fucking computer. I hate it so much. It was, like, difficult to remove. It felt like a virus. just trying to get it off my fucking computer. No desire to save the hull breacher. Wishclaw Talisman, It's been a while since I've used Ubisoft's. I think the last time was they had some was it a deck builder? I don't know. I know it used lane combat. I think it was a deck builder. I wonder if people still play that game. I played a tournament for it at Gen Con one year. Ragavan hitting my Atali is kind of a boner killer. You're about to see the match counter in real time. To game 3 we go. Or no, that must have been game 1, right? Because we didn't board in Kulligan's command. I think we just faced back-to-back artifact decks. The theory of boner relativity. What kills one boner creates another. I don't believe in that theory. I think there's the possibility of a mass boner extinction event. The camera being good into sneak effects. What are you talking about? Slowing our roll with the Faithless Looting. There's a chance that you would want to use it alongside a Shallow Grave. Tempting to pitch cast the Grief. The Overlord could find Emperor Bones. Didn't. Oh, I could pitch cast it with this. Is that a thing I want to do? Could still just hard cast the Grief next turn, right? Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that Grief. Thurza feels really important in their deck. There are Buffalo in Montana. I'm actually going to be eating some Buffalo barbecue next week. Pretty excited about that. At least, like, denies them a land, for next turn. Not exactly what I was looking for. Because they've been Emrakul, they take 15 and die. But I don't think you've been the Shatter. Yeah, it's specifically not buffalo steak, but I believe you that it's like an awesome tick steak. It's blackened wild herb blend smoked buffalo, slow smoked over hardwood, and then I'll have another choice between Tasso style smoked pork tenderloin, Cajun inspired, low and slow, sage smoked duck, juniper brine turkey, ash roasted Japanese sweet potato, or fire roasted plant based sausages. Anyway, one of those has to be fucking dope. I'm assuming it's going to be the buffalo. Let's resolve this Palantir before we choose what to do with this Kolaghan's command. They're at 4. I thought for sure they're going to let me draw there. Let's kill their shit. Going to an amazing meat festival. I'm going to a metal festival in East Glacier, Montana. I haven't even gotten to the sides. So I get 2 of those meats. I think the blackened wilder blend smoked buffalo is a lock. And then the sides I get 4 of. There's cornbread with huckleberry butter. Oh my god. There's campfire mac and cheese with smoked brie. Smoked potato salad. Fire roasted corn on the cob. Fire roasted squash and seasonal farm vegetables. With togarashi spice. Sweet kale and cabbage slaw. Quinoa pilaf, or char-grilled wild mushrooms. Oh, I missed the sauces and finishes. Yeah, because I talked about the mains. I talked about the main courses. But they got fermented berry barbecue sauce, bone marrow demi-glaze. That's got to be fucking insane to put on the buffalo. Huckleberry balsamic reduction, truffled squash, vinaigrette, and pecan honey glaze. Any of those can go on the different barbecues. That sounds fucking fantastic. Dissolutionist, thanks for joining. Thanks for raiding. Sorry, I was a little distracted. I was talking about food, if you couldn't tell. I was reading my barbecue menu for next week. Hope you had a good stream, Dissolutionist. Hope you're doing good stuff. We're going to game 3 here against our second artifact deck in a row. I wonder if I have enough blue mana for Skydiver. I feel like I don't. There's the two land cyclers that can get Xander's Lounge, and then Verdant Catacombs. It's like almost enough, huh? Bringing that Manamorphose. I'll just submit. I am indeed well, Ulianov. Hope you're good too. If you sub, can I mail you a plate of all of this? I think it will go bad in the mail. I don't think it's going to last. But yeah, I'm going to be there. They're going to be serving that for 3 days in a row, so I should have time to try most things. What have you been here, huh? Probably this thirst. There's an American meat festival in the park, but you don't trust it. Mana base could have really used an actual Badlands. So you could rebuy the Lutri here and then pitch cast the Pyrokinesis, make sure they don't get to draw a card. That might be better, but I'm going to play the Palantir. Palantir just takes a little bit of time to get rolling. Yeah, I was expecting a Clue Crack. Gonna jam this. Hope they haven't found Hull Breacher plus Echo. Seems unlikely. Uh-oh. Hasty Arena implies Welder, yeah. Should just let the Tameo serve. Let them get one more card. Okay. They have a Wish Claw now, but what do they want with it, right? Wish Claw, by the way, really fun one to sack to Welder. You activate the Wish Claw, and then in response, you weld it out. You still get Demonic Tutor. Really want to sneak attack activate. I don't think you let them untap with that, though. I think the odds of them killing you if you let them untap with that are just a little too high. Oh, now they're milling? Interesting. Might as well go for a soda. Damn. Getting close to the hard cast of Tali. Uh-oh. Hasty 6-mana thing. Ballista? Baltrock the Leaper. Shame. Tanks me down to 12. And they're hellbent. They sack their thing. We draw a card. Oh shit, what up? Hey, McSkill, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 89 months. And we got another finals. Do I like Thin Lizzy as much as this weird chanting? Probably not. Hard to beat the weird chanting. Yeah, what this opener really wants is gas. We need things to do. Surprising, right? Lava weird chant, lava weird chant. I'm just gonna kill that cub now. Just love killing cubs, you know? Once you get a taste for it. I wonder if there's a world where we Lutri copy Pyrokinesis. Lutri copying the Blood Chief's Thirst also on the table. Guess I'm just gonna do this. Oh, they paid 2 life? Yeah. We can just hardcast that fucking thing next turn, huh? The 6 might be able to rebuy the Minskin Boo next turn. I just need to land a bin. I'm gonna go ahead and return this Atali to hand. Not out of the question to potentially hardcast that one in the near future. So they played a land, so they could have rebought Minskin Boo. Would rather play Nissa. Don't blame them. Sure. Hell yeah. Wait, hold on. Well, that's Surveil on the stack. Yes, the Diviner was going to give me another Archon there. I don't know if I would have had to sack it into turn or not. I have no idea if that would have gotten any of the other conditions from the Shallow Grave. Opponent doesn't look like they're playing counters. I'm going to cut Hexing Squelcher. I'm going to bring in Damnation. And Delayed Blast Fireball. And even though Twilight Diviner was doing work there, we're going to cut it because that's what we've been cutting every round. Have I ever cast a Force of Savagery? I have not. Yeah, you'd want some Anthem effects or something, huh? Shocking. One of the issues with this Blood Chief's Thirst is that it is one of the cleanest ways I have of clearing a Minsk. I fucking never do this, but I'm going to exile the Sneak Attack. And then we're just going to chill on this Faithless Lidding until we have something to Shallow Grave out. Lutri to hand. Okay. Before I drew the Pyroglyph here, I was thinking about if I wanted to Lutri copy the Faithless Looting and just get a bunch of cards deeper. Why did I pitch cast the Pyrokinesis before drawing? Because it's late, I'm tired. Winding down to the end of the old stream. So one thing this won't let me do is flash is bin Emrakul and then reanimate it. But there's a bunch of other stuff to reanimate. No blocking now. You had an awesome turkey hangout this morning. Your yard was swarming. You sat with them applesauce style, and Mama Turkey didn't even go after you. That does sound awesome, Simply Sarah. The people don't realize how large turkeys are until you're like actually close to one. It's like, holy shit. I think Emperor Bones is just gonna launch a troll at them. If and I'm allowed. Good shit. Good thing that nurses and emergency doctors don't have the kind of jobs that require attention to detail or those long shifts